celebrate her present acceptance of the Boston Post cane.
This is quite an honor, I think. I never thought I'd live to be the oldest one. I thought I was a little too young to be that yet.
Welcome to this afternoon to honor Kathleen Roberts, who has been honored before, but this is a particularly special honor that doesn't come to too many people, really. It's the Boston Post cane. So today, we want to honor Kathleen. And I was thinking back that when Kathleen was born, it was 2 years after the Titanic sank. And I believe at the start of World War I. Yeah. Same year, right? And I'm thinking, and trying to get your head around that, you know? I mean, that's a long time ago.
That is a long time.
That is a long time ago. And so, for you not only to still be here with us, but to be kicking and thinking and functioning and parts of everything, that's pretty remarkable.
I'm lucky. Very
You
lucky.
are. You have very good genes. I remember the rest of the family.
Yep, I have
Yes.
very good genes, and everybody here has been so nice to me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes a big difference.
It does. And
You're
you know
welcome.
something? But you know something else that made a big difference, I think? Many years ago in another life, I was a reporter. And I remember one of the stories I did was about Kathleen when she was still teaching. And I was in her classroom and with all these little kids observing. And one thing I observed was that you were young at heart. You were young at heart then, you're young at heart now. And I think that good genes and being young at heart, having that sense of wonder, having that sense of newness about so many things. And I think that's another attribute you have.
I've been very lucky. You know that.
I know that.
Yeah.
I do. We go back a ways.
Yes, sir.
When you know, your husband was feeding my dog biscuits and getting
Yes.
fat.
That's right.
Today we have several dignitaries with us. We have from the Board of Selectmen, Joe Pacheco, Karen Roberts, and Louis Laura from Senator Pacheco's office, and Angelo D'Amelia, who has promised to remain seated whenever I walk by because he's so much taller than me. And every time we're in the paper together, it's very embarrassing.
You know it's inside that what counts.
Our chairman, Marie Smith, wasn't able to make it, but she sends her greetings and congratulations, Mrs. Roberts. Karen and I are absolutely delighted to be here for you. And before we get into the proclamation, I just want to say a few words. I have a favorite quote, and I think there's few people more fitting than you for it. And it's, success isn't done through strength, but perseverance. And I think if you look at everything you've done, not just in Raynham, and Liz gave me your bio, but I think all of us here know your bio pretty well, because it's full of successes and accomplishments, but most importantly, giving back. But it's through perseverance, and I think you epitomize the definition of perseverance for what you've done for so long, not just to benefit Raynham, southeastern Massachusetts, but also the entire U.S. I believe you were a guest of the Vice President before. I know the Boston Celtics have honored you. We've done our best here in Raynham to honor you. But I think this has been a phenomenal tribute to you. And all of us here, young and old, hope to emulate some of what you've done, because I don't think any of us will be able to do everything you've done. There's people who are once in a lifetime, and I think you're that, Mrs. Roberts. And it's been my privilege to know you, and I'm thankful for that. And
Yes, I want to thank you on behalf of the town. You're a remarkable woman, and you emulate everything that this town represents. It's been an honor to know you and to have you as a school teacher. Can't thank you enough for all you've done for us. I'm sure your family is very proud of you, as everybody in this town is. And congratulations.
Thank you.
now we have two more things for you, Mrs. Roberts. We have a proclamation, and anybody who knows Randy knows he's cheaper than anybody, and he didn't get you a frame. we will get you a frame, Mrs. Roberts. Whereas in 1909, the now defunct Boston Post newspaper distributed meticulously designed walking canes to 700 New England towns. The canes, made of ebony imported from Africa and crowned with 14-karat gold, were then presented with pomp and circumstance to the oldest living male of those municipalities. And whereas women were added to the list of cane recipients starting in 1930, and whereas because of poor nutrition and viral epidemics that wiped out large numbers of people from time to time, the life expectancy of men in 1900 was 49.7 years, and 50.9 years for women, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Feature stories on how the resilient defied time and death, always made interesting reading, and thus created a reason to present the eldest in a community, the Boston Post-Cane, as a means of respect. Many towns have continued the tradition, including Raynham, so now therefore we, the Raynham Board of Selectmen, do hereby proclaim Kathleen Roberts, the current recipient of the distinguished title, presented this 24th day of October in 2015. And we also have some flowers for you.
But it's amazing the amount of strength, dedication, and commitment that someone like you has given to us as a society. It's just wonderful. And Senator Pacheco wanted to be here, but due to his prior commitments, he's not around in the community, but asked me to stop by and just to say hello to everyone and extend his greetings. And we have here a resolution from the Massachusetts Senate. And a resolution is a document which becomes part of our state history. And it's recorded, and anyone can go online and see this. So this again becomes part of our state history. And it details all of the involvements and accomplishments that Kathleen has done in her lifetime. So if I may, the Massachusetts Senate resolutions congratulating Kathleen Roberts on being the recipient of the Town of Raynham's Boston Post-Cane Award. Whereas Kathleen Roberts was born in the town of Dartmouth, grew up in the town of Wellesley, and is being honored by the Town of Raynham as the recipient of the Boston Post-Cane Award. And whereas Kathleen Richards received a bachelor's degree in education from Framingham State University and a master's degree in education from Boston University, was a classroom teacher and a teaching principal for 47 years. And whereas Kathleen began her teaching career in a one-room classroom in Milton, Vermont, where she taught all 8th grades, and in 1939 joined the town of Dartmouth public school system, where she taught grades 4 through 7. And whereas Kathleen wrote a children's book about the history of the town of Dartmouth, The Secrets of Old Dartmouth, which is still being used today in the Dartmouth public schools and is also available to the general public. And whereas during her teaching career, Kathleen served as president of the Dartmouth Educators Association, the Raynham Education Association, the Bristol County Educators Association, and the Massachusetts Teachers Association. Served on the board of directors of the Massachusetts Teachers Association, the National Education Association, was the first statewide chairperson of its Read Across America program, and currently as co-chairperson of the Massachusetts Teachers Association Retired Members Committee. And whereas Kathleen is an active volunteer with the Raynham Council on Aging, the Raynham Food Basket, the Raynham Public Schools, as a member of the Raynham Association for Volunteers in Education, Incorporated, and has served as president of the Raynham Historical Society. And finally, whereas Kathleen has been the recipient of numerous awards, including the Massachusetts Teachers Association Human and Civil Rights Award, the Salem State University Friend of Education Award, the Distinguished Service Award from the Framingham State University Alumni Association, the Salute to Senior Citizens Service Award, the Town of Raynham Community Pride Award, and the Heroes Among Us from the Boston Celtics. And in 1993 was given the Town of Raynham Citizen of the Year Award. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Massachusetts Senate hereby commends Kathleen Roberts for her dedicated service to the towns of Dartmouth, Raynham, and further congratulates her in being the recipient of the Town of Raynham's Boston Post-Cane Award. And be it further resolved that a copy of these resolutions be transmitted forthwith by the Clerk of the Senate to Kathleen Roberts.
Thank you very much.
Signed by the President of the Senate, Rosenberg, and offered by our State Senator, Mark Pacheco. Congratulations,
Thank you.
and keep up the good work. And never quit. Great, thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you and all of you.
Hey, what about me?
I'm rushing ahead, aren't I?
That's all right, that's all right.
Come on, please.
I'm going to sit right beside you.
Good. That's well.
I want to certainly concur with all the, everything that was said by my colleagues up here at the table, but I don't want to go through all those accolades again and embarrass you any further. But you have accomplished quite a bit in your lifetime.
Well, I lived a long time, so I've had time to.
Well, you got a lot of living left, and you are certainly a treasure for our community.
Thank you.
And you know what, I think the world of you, and I have the utmost respect for
I
you.
know that. You and I have been friends for a long time.
We certainly have. But that resolution was great. I usually do
Yes.
something a little different, a citation from the Massachusetts House of Representatives. It's a little bit shorter and more concise, but again, I didn't want to go over all your accomplishments again.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
From the House of Representatives, be it known that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Kathleen Roberts in recognition of your receiving the Boston Post cane from the town of Raynham. This distinguished honor is bestowed upon you for becoming the eldest citizen in our town. On behalf of the town, I would like to congratulate you on the momentous occasion and wish you many happy years to come. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope of future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this day, the 24th day of October, 2015, it says at the State House, but we're in Raynham, so I'm not going to do that. Signed by the Speaker of the House, Robert A. DeLeo, and myself.
Good.
This is for you. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
So far.
Just
So far, I haven't got any
A little
deal.
speech here.
Whoops.
At my age, I have to read it. I can't remember.
You're not the only one.
Take off the glasses too. Upon commenting to Kathleen in a few years I would be having my 80th birthday, her response was, "Why, you're still just a kid." That's our Kathleen, ever young in spirit. Now it's a privilege to present to our 101-year-old, young at heart senior citizen a plaque representing the Boston Post cane. Board of the Raynham Council on Aging is honored to present this award to Kathleen Roberts, who at age 101 years is still very active in the town of Raynham. She is on record the oldest resident of our town and dearly loved by many. Kathleen Roberts, may God bless you and long may you reign.
Thank you very much. I think this is time for me to say a few words. I hardly know what to say because I never expected this. I maybe expected other things, but I certainly never thought I'd get to be the oldest in the town. But somehow it creeps up on you if you keep living. You're going to get all sorts of things, and things will happen that you never thought would happen. But I have been extremely lucky in life. First, I was happily married twice. No divorce or anything. And I have been so happy since I moved to Raynham, and that's a long time ago. And I've never regretted coming here because from the very beginning, people were wonderful to me. And some of these people, like Betty, I've known from the very beginning, and it's been a wonderful relationship. And I appreciate that. And to suddenly receive this, I say suddenly because I just never thought of it. You know, these things in the age creep up on you. But it's an honor, I know, to receive it, to reach this age. And I'm sure the good Lord is sitting on my shoulder. I always say He is, because all these nice things happen to me. And I don't feel as if I'm doing anything super special or anything. And but God, I always say God is good, and it's true. He's been exceptionally good. You may not believe what I believe, but I believe that He's sitting on my shoulder, watching out for me and helping me do a lot of things that maybe I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. But also, I've been surrounded by people who are so good to me that made my whole life just seem to glow. And ever since I came to Raynham, it's been nothing but good feelings, and I just love it here. And I thank you all for being so good to me and helping me along the way, and actually helping me get this too, of course. So thanks a million now.
If anybody would like to offer any stories about Kathleen, except Dawn McKinnon, because we do have to open the building up on Monday for breakfast. If anybody would like to make any comments about Kathleen or tell any stories about her, special stories, please feel free.
No.
Go ahead, Don.
Go ahead, Dawn, we're waiting. Who would like to say
Well, I say,
something?
well, I'll give you, because I told this to Kathleen the other day when we were here with Billy Hanna. I'm watching cable, which we all flip the thing. We all say we don't watch the local shows, but we do, don't we? When it's time for an ad, we flick through, we go and get it. And Kathleen was reading, and the Reading Across America, she was reading her story there, and she said to the children, "Do you have any questions?" And they said, "Yes." "How old is your niece?" And Kathleen said, "You do not ask a lady how old she is unless she's 100 years old."
Thank you for that story.
You can fill us in with the age if you wish. Complete the story.
I've always known, I've been here in Raynham 25 years, and I've always known Kathleen to be a very, very kind and gracious woman.
Thank you.
All right, well, thank you very much for coming today. We're going to serve cake and punch and some coffee now. And we please invite you to stay and to speak with Kathleen and to spend a little more time with us today. Thank you all very much for coming. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank all of you for coming today.
Thank you. How do you get all this time and energy?
Well, I don't know. I guess I was born with it. Ever since I was little, I was forever doing things.
I've always known it's people who are busy that find more time to get things done.
That is right.
You know, so perfect. Well, my pleasure.
Thank you. It's mine.
Just keep it going.
Thank you.
Kathleen, just wanted to say congratulations to a remarkable woman. You're everyone's hero. Everyone wants to be just like you. Congratulations again on receiving this wonderful award.
You know what? I am so honored to be here, and this is a great honor for our community. So God bless you, and thank you for everything you do for us.
And I think this community is just wonderful. They've been great to me. I've been so happy since I lived here. It's one marvelous spot.
We are certainly lucky to be part of this community, but congratulations and God bless again.
You have been wonderful.